Namaste. My name is Daniela, and I am a Western medicine doctor working in Czech Republic. And now I'm spending my time here in Ayurvedic treatment in India. I'm very grateful for having here by my side a great woman, but what's more, she's a great Ayurvedic doctor, Professor Dr. Srija Sukeshan, head of the Department of Shalakya Tantra in Ayurveda College Hospital near Kochi, right? Is it okay? Is it like that?
Yes.
Okay, and I want to give her first question, which is very important for us, which we have no idea what is Ayurveda deeper. Can you tell us something more about Ayurveda?
So Ayurveda, since from the very beginning, there is specialization in Ayurveda. That there are 8 different specializations. The very beginning of Ayurveda. Now it is 13. Anyway, so my specialization, that is Shalakya Tantra. Shalakya Tantra. That is the treatment belongs to eye, ear, nose, throat, head, everything together. Above the neck, everything, the whole thing. That is known as Shalakya Tantra. Okay, and I'm much focusing on eye. And my specialty, I love medical retina. That is my most interesting area.
Very important, especially for us. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, and now I have one important question because you are focused on ophthalmology, right?
Yeah,
We can
yeah.
say like that.
Yeah.
And are there any diagnoses which are not curable in modern medicine, but they are nicely curable in Ayurveda?
Of course, of course. Because, in Ayurveda, we are having the exact classification how modern system has. So the diseases are classified in different ways. So there are 96 eye diseases mentioned in Ayurveda. And these are categorized: the disease of the lid, the disease of the cornea, the disease that causes visual loss, everything together, that is known as drishti. And painful loss of vision, again separately classified. So it is very easy to get the whole diseases in Ayurveda, exactly how modern people explain it. That's the interesting thing. So you asked about the treatment, no?
Yes.
That is very special to Ayurveda. Because the medical retina in modern, just like the diseases like age-related degenerations of the retina and even diabetic retinopathy, then and just like your case, just like high myopia with complications like CNDM, all these kinds of disease, we are having very specific and very effective treatment in this area. Because as all know, in modern medicine, very specific, very standard treatment protocol is there.
Yeah.
But coming to the medical part or medicinal treatment of retina, it is really very weak, just like in ARMD. And also, though it is standardized, the patients need to get repeated IDI, repeated laser therapies. So, no doctor cannot specify that how much injections are needed or intravitreal injections are needed to reverse you. Isn't it? So, whatever is available in modern medicine to preserve the vision. But when we consider the outcome of Ayurvedic treatment, it is much more. Now, recently I wrote one article in Vaidyan. So that clearly specify the outcome of Ayurveda over modern treatment. So that's happening. Very effective management is there. But the thing is, we are not directly putting something in the eye. We are considering the whole body. Even the mental status or emotional status of the patient is really very important. So Ayurveda, when we talk about, we are giving the treatment to the body, isn't it? That's a way we are cured. And all diagnostic technologies, just like fundus photograph, just like OCT, everything for diagnosis, we are using a whole modern system, and we have to interpret everything into our own language just before when we plan the treatment. That is it. It's really quite interesting.
So many diseases which are not curable.
Yeah, of course. Because, in case of diseases like the retina, especially the diabetic retinopathy. It's very common
Yeah.
in India and especially in Kerala. It is too high. So I got many patients from across the country. Okay, having multiple injections, IVI, dye, laser, and all. And when they fail, they surely choose Ayurveda. So I compare the effect of Ayurveda with that model. So even at the advanced stage of the disease, the people respond well to Ayurveda. But we are having our own definite criteria because when the retina is totally damaged and the all structural integrity lost, we can't do nothing. That is considered in Ayurveda as asadhya or incurable. So there is a great need to understand the pathology in terms of this modern equipments. We have to clear the whole pathology and what happened there. Especially for choosing the treatment, also we need. You know, when a patient approaches to an Ayurvedic physician with diminished vision, there are various reasons. Okay, we can't use only torch and say that it is a brain detachment and all. So we have to use the all equipment which is available to make more transparency in understanding the dosha. That is it. Suppose the vision loss is due to hemorrhage, we have to select some drugs which cure the bleeding, no? So Rekta Pitta predominant. So we are treating everything in terms of dosha. Okay. In your case, you are having high myopia. High myopia. That's where the vada is more predominant. But during the course of treatment, the retina get involved and CNVF, that is choroidal neovascular membrane starts, and then bleeding happens. So we have to address the other dosha, pitta and rekta too. So the long run of the disease, the participation or the involvement of the dosha may vary, so that we have to select a different treatment protocol. So one who is developed much skill in understanding the disease and to use all these equipments and to interpret the reports of these instruments can make or choose a very specific protocol for the treatment. That is it. And we don't have a standard treatment, no? So that depends. That depends the skill, the experience, everything of the physician or the specialist who treat the patient.
So that's very nice to hear because especially these retina problems are very hard to cure
Yeah.
with normal Western medicine.
But I hope, but we need to continue the medicine. So we can't stop. Means we can minimize
Yeah.
and minimize to one or two drugs later. But when the disease is too high or the pathology is so severe, we have to give more potential treatment. Later, when it turns to a stable state, we can reduce on little bit care because you know, in Ayurveda we are having preventive care and also curative care. So when we consider the preventive care, that means we can reduce it to Anjana only.
No.
Anjana. So Anjana is a kind of application of medicine in the eye that is insisted for a normal person. So preventive care in Ayurveda, that is for a normal person, especially just like ARMB, then even cataract, some patients they can't go for surgery because of some ill health and all, so they can use that. And for all kinds of eye diseases, we are having treatments.
So you look on each patient as a whole.
Sure. First, we have to examine the eye, just like what everybody does, any specialist do. And we have to find what are the changes, pathological changes that happen, so that we can predict the dosha which is involved there. And again, we have to make the body assessment. Again, the thin exposure, that is nidana. No, analyzing the nidanas, the exposure to various reasons, and the prakriti, but there are different prakritis. So even the prakriti can also influence the selection of the drug, procedure, everything. So, and the status of the mind, and acne or appetite. It's really complex thing.
But actually, that's very nice because in my medicine, it's only look here, machines. And
Yeah. You're focused much more on the lab reports. No?
Yes, yes,
We
exactly.
can't do anything. We need these lab reports, but without interacting the patient, without understanding the whole details, we can't do nothing. Because we have to interpret whatever is available from the lab reports. We have to interpret in terms of dosha. So when we predict the dosha, the pregnancy, the acne, the status of the mind, everything has a special role in this treatment. That is it.
And it's very nice because you go directly to the root of
Yes,
this beginning disease.
That's why we are getting much good outcome. You know, even it is really wonder because some emotional status like anger, aggressive nature.
Yeah.
All these affect the bleeding of a person. So I have many examples in my clinical practice.
Oh, that is wonderful.
That's why I asked to incorporate this yoga therapy too, so that the mind becomes so stable.
Yes, yes. That's very nice to hear. So thank you for this answer.
Yeah.
It's very nice to hear that many things that we have here you can, and
Sure.
even deeper than we can imagine. It's very
Yeah, sure.
Yes, it's great. Thank you for this information.
Thank you.